What's up, everyone, and welcome to day 2 of the Nationals. I'm Laika Mea, your panel host for the day, and joining me right now are my two handsome casters, none other than Poch Spice and Chisto. So welcome, guys. How you guys doing this lovely afternoon? What's up, guys?
Great. Doing great. Really excited for some Tekken action. Day 2.
I'm
Can't wait.
super excited as well, guys. So it's day 2 of the Tekken conference, and day 1 of the Tekken conference was just so action-packed. So I want to know what your thoughts are for day 1. So Chisto, I think you can do this first question.
Yeah, day 1, I feel like a lot of the players that we were hyping up for the certain characters really went against our expectations. We saw players such as Coffee Prince, known for his Steve, Hapon, known for his Eddie, bring out Leroy. So I wonder, are we going to see more for day 2? Are we going to get more surprises from the returning players here in the conference?
I want to echo what she said, that there were some surprise picks, but there were also some oldies but goodies. AK going back to the Shaheen. We saw Vermilion with the Devil Jin, Don Argus with his calling card that is Eliza. So looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to see how these players are going to evolve as the season gets into the road to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Of course, there's so much that can still happen. That was only like a dip into the waters, So I remember that one of the things that Hot E greeted everyone yesterday was Happy Leroy Day. Happy Leroy Day. There was just so much Leroy happening yesterday, so I want to ask you guys, do you think that we're going to be seeing a lot more of Leroy throughout the conference?
I honestly think it's going to be Leroy month. Leroy is such a great character and a very viable in tournaments. He did get nerfed a little bit, but he's still, from God, he became a demigod. He is counterable, but he's very viable for the players. And not to mention his other co-DLC new character, Bakumram.
Yeah, I mean, we did see some Fakramar yesterday as well. Our current defending champion, AK, did bring it out for day 1. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to pick up any games with it, so it's still a question whether or not he wants to stick to picking it first during his matches.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you guys about that. Obviously, Leroy is one of the new additions to Tekken, and another one is Pakamram, and AK was the one who picked him yesterday. So where do you think AK is going with this right now? Because he has such a solid Shaheen performance, but here he is testing out the waters with Pakamram. So what do you think he's going to do with that?
With AK, I believe his mentality is it's not a sprint but a marathon. So he's testing out the waters, like you said. He's really just seeing what kind of characters he can use early on the stage in the first matches. But when push comes to shove, he goes back to the old reliable Shaheen and the character that brought him so much success internationally and locally. So I would expect some more pick characters like Fakumram or who knows, other characters as well. I'm really looking forward to seeing how his Fakumram will evolve as the season goes along.
Yeah, and I agree with Poch. AK isn't a stranger to testing the waters, especially early on into the season. Last time around, he did pick up the Julia, did play a bit of Geese as well. So really, not that big of a surprise that AK is sort of experimenting with this Fakumram pick.
Do you guys think that experimenting throughout this shortened season is actually a good idea for these players? Chisto, I think you can go first on this one.
I think it's not that bad, especially if you're AK, where you know that even if you drop the first game, okay, I'll just bring out my Shaheen and I have the confidence that I can win 2 straight. I think it's a fine thing to test the waters and see whether or not this certain character can match up against the others in the conference.
And it would also add I would add the factor of who they're going up against. If they can predict I'm going up against let's say a Devil Jin main or an Eliza main. If you know the matchup already, maybe you can experiment because you know the cards that the opponent holds. So I would say that it's okay, but you have to know what you're getting yourself into, and you got to gamble that first game if you want to try anything out.
Yeah, so it all depends on the research as well that you've done on your opponent. So, who's actually good at experimenting with their character selection? Dojin, right? You guys remember the first conference last Tekken season, Dojin was just out there trying out various Tekken characters, and he was winning too. And yesterday, he showed us some Katarina and Negan play. So do you think that he's going to be experimenting even more throughout this conference?
Knowing Dojin, I feel like he's just gonna go by the roster and cross everyone out one by one as the conference moves forward. I don't think we're gonna see many repeats of certain characters from him, and we're gonna see a lot of different ones come out from Dojin's play.
If it ain't broke, why fix it? That formula did work for him in the past, so he might bring it out again. And you know what? The unknown is the enemy here if you're facing Dojin, and I think it has worked in the previous season, and he's probably going to bring it out more. That element of the unknown in this season as well.
Speaking of unknown, for our new audience here at the Nationals, I'm sure that they aren't very aware of the plays of our new challengers in the tournament. So, what were your thoughts of our newbies coming in yesterday?
Well, I think the one that made the biggest mark was Rock and Roll. He faced Vermilion and Jules. I believe that was no easy task, and he was able to rolling Death Cradle Vermilion. So that was a boost of confidence coming in. I think they're still adjusting. Not to mention our fellow co-caster Pika was able to, get baptized also by Dojin and Vermilion. So and Nature Lover, not to mention. So I think they're still adjusting, but these are players you have to look out for, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely need to look out for Rock and Roll and his King play. Really great player there. And also, again, I think Poch is right with a lot of the newer players such as Nature Lover and Pika still adjusting to the competition.
Okay, so before we head on to the games later on, I want to ask you guys, what are you guys expecting from today's matches?
Ooh, that's a really interesting question because
I think it's a loaded question because obviously with Tekken, so much is going on and so much more can happen.
I'm predicting some Leroys again. Maybe not as much as yesterday, but we're gonna see some Leroys for today. Day number 2. Probably you're gonna see more refined adjustments with how the players were able to acclimate to the online environment. And you're going to see more comfy, more confident plays coming in from all teams today.
Yeah, if I were to highlight somebody, I'm expecting a lot more King to come out of Rock and Roll. Just day 1, his debut, I was such a big fan of his style in general. Just super aggressive and always goes for the big stuff with King.
Not gonna lie though, you brought up Leroy again. They had me at the first half yesterday. I thought that it was gonna be like Leroy all throughout the entire setup yesterday, but no, it was mostly Leroy during the first half, and then every now and then, these athletes rather, would surprise me by choosing a character that wasn't part of their usual selection. So out of those people who tried out new characters to play, who surprised you the most?
I would have to say Maru, because we've known him for his Dragunov, his Kazumi, his Lars, as said in the stats. However, now he picked Leroy, and then after that he picked Asuka. So I personally haven't seen Asuka at all, and he surprised me the most because an Asuka pick is more likely to come out of Dojin or Nature Lover. But Maru picking an Asuka means that he has an arsenal of characters in his backlog that he's waiting to bring out.
For me, the most surprising Leroy yesterday came from Coffee Prince. I mean, I think out of everyone in the conference, Coffee Prince has played the most of an individual character in his Steve, and him bringing out Leroy was definitely a big shock to all of us.
Definitely. True. Everyone, I think not a lot of people were surprised that Leroy was popping off, but it's just a bit shocking that everybody was trying out Leroy during the first half. So, you can't do anything about it. Is Leroy in the meta right now, guys?
He's pretty viable. He's pretty viable, as well as Fakumram. So expect that, and also don't be surprised if a lot of people go to that character. Just to, set expectations for everyone watching.
Okay, I'll just look forward to everyone just choosing Leroy or Fakumram. I'll just act that I'm not surprised anymore. Okay. Alright guys, that is it for the pre-show. Again, I am Laika Mea, your panel host. And again, I have been joined by our 2 handsome casters, none other than Hotch Spice and Chisto. We'll see you guys in a bit, but for now, enjoy the show.
And now we're going to go to our first match. The head-to-head match will be Vermilion versus Coffee Prince, and if you check out the stats here, 62% win rate. His calling card right there, Devil Jin, Kazuya, and Steve, but he's rocking that Devil Jin. And I have to say, Chistos, the 62% win rate did bring him the most scores in Season 1 of the Nationals.
Yeah, Vermilion has been an excellent performer in the regular season of the Nationals, and most of it has been a credit to his Devil Jin play, just super aggressive with his style on Devil Jin. You always feel like Vermilion can go 0 to 100 quickly. But on the other side here in the head-to-head, we have Happy Feet Emperor's Coffee Prince with his signature Steve Fox, which he hasn't brought out here in Season 2. We might see it today though, because, looking at the matchup on paper, Steve Fox does have a lot of tools that he can use to deal with Devil Jin.
Yeah, and I have to say that Coffee Prince is the one really consistent with Steve's punishes, and he really goes for punches and bunches. The volume of punishment that Coffee Prince brings to the table is really a lot for Vermilion to think about. And now this is the game record, 13-5, and we'll see. You see the characters that Coffee Prince has. I think you should add Leroy to that mix because he did bring it out in 2 matches yesterday. So
yeah.
It's really up in the air with how Coffee Prince is going to play, because look at who's standing right behind Vermilion. It's this Devil Jin. He is known for that character. It's a signature.
Yeah, and looking at the head-to-head, even if it is 13-5, I don't think it tells the entire story between these two, because looking back at Season 1, Coffee Prince did knock out Vermilion from playoffs when the games kind of mattered more. So we'll see whether or not he can do a repeat of that here today.
That was the miracle run that Coffee Prince had, and I think he earned a lot of fans in that playoff run he had, and he was using Steve Fox. So here they are right now, ladies and gentlemen. Vermilion on the left, while Coffee Prince on the right. Oh, hey, look at that. Nice shout out. Okay, Vermilion. Again, all the way from Bacolod here, representing the Signal Ultra Warriors, the Visayan Super Saiyan, as you call it. But Coffee Prince, not a prince anymore. He's an emperor.
He's leveled up.
Exactly.
He has been promoted.
And just to talk about his teammate as well, an emperor as well is Hapon. So it's just a very interesting matchup, a very interesting tandem they have, as well as they're both using Leroy. So I guess you know what's happening in the camp of the emperors. All of them are using Leroy.
Yeah, imagine practice sessions, just all of you mirror matching each other as Leroy, sharing tech with each other. Should be a fun one to practice. But yeah, still the question on my mind right now is, what character does Coffee Prince decide to bring against Vermilion? Or do we see a surprise come out from Vermilion and see him switch away from his signature Devil Jin?
And we talked about this offline. It's only day number 2, so there is some room to experiment. Even though this is a shorter conference, maybe it is still okay, and he's still confident to test out some experimental characters. Like you said, though, the stats speak for itself that the matchup, Steve has a lot of tools to neutralize Devil Jin. He could go for that, or something he's more comfortable with, or does he want to build up the XP of his Leroy, just so when it comes to the playoffs, he's going to be all leveled up and he's going to be a force to be reckoned with?
Yeah, that could be the route that Coffee Prince decide to go through. I mean, it is best of 3, so he does have sort of a 1-game cushion to test it out. If it doesn't work, maybe switch it around, try a different strategy approaching Vermilion.
And the loading screen is about to show us who are the characters for this first match, and I can't wait. Who do we got? Oh, whoa!
Okay.
Okay, I just have to say I'm not surprised with the Leroy, but Vermilion going with Jin, the regular Jin, no Jin. Devil Jin. Oh my gosh. Okay, interesting. In Jungle Outpost 2, very interesting matchup. I was able to talk to Vermilion as well before the conference started, and he was expecting a lot of Leroy. So now this is actually, I think, the first Leroy he's facing in this conference. And knowing that Coffee Prince did go for the Leroy, probably has some tech to neutralize all the scary tools that Leroy has.
Alright, this should be a fun one for us, Posh. Let's see how it goes. Round 1.
Let's see. Early pokes by Coffee Prince, but answered back by Vermilion. Now, tried to go for that parry there, but then this is the thing, washing. The back ones, just the stance cancels will come out to try to bait out any movement coming from Coffee Prince. Still at the center of the stage. I love the movement from both these players.
Yeah, and I think one thing very important for Coffee Prince to establish early on here is get a sense of Vermilion's rhythm, because one of the things that's really threatening from Leroy is his ability to parry moves. But right now, Vermilion using the health sweep, pressure Coffee Prince here.
Yeah, less than 30 seconds left on the clock. Coffee Prince is on the brink of getting raged, but Vermilion not allowing that. I think Vermilion wants to swing for the fences if he wants to kill this Leroy of Coffee Prince, but Coffee Prince is not going down without a fight. Cancels. Oh my god, marching band, nice block. Oh, to the can, and that's going to be round 1 for Vermilion.
I think Coffee Prince just got caught out there trying too many lows. Vermilion gets the right move at the right time. Counter hit there.
Excellent stuff. Wow, look at these stance cancels and look at Vermilion washing the laundry. Excellent wall combo there. Goes for the axe kick. And now Coffee Prince is burning red. One more hit will do it. Tried to go for the counter hit, back 1+2. Now Coffee Prince. You know Leroy's so dangerous when he has rage, but nice block on the hell sweep. Vermilion takes it 2-0.
Yeah, and we were talking about this from Vermilion. He can go 0 to 100 quickly. Coffee Prince though, not able to convert on that. He is chopping away though. Vermilion at half health.
He is. Oh wow, excellent damage to coming out of Coffee Prince with a lot of time to work. Oh wow, the electric finds its mark, and Vermilion is looking at that balcony. He doesn't get it though with that Demon Paw. He does get the Rage Drive, and my goodness, can this be a comeback? And it is. Cheese toast. What a way to start out the first day.
Yeah, no round down as well. Vermilion not even letting the Leroy of Coffee Prince breathe for a second there, just continuing the pressure. The moment he knew he had the advantage, he was just all on offense, no hesitation as well. Just great play coming out from Vermilion, and great way to start a day as well.
And I like what you pointed out there. He really know how to exploit the lows and the block strength to block the lows of Leroy and know how to punish it. And it was very calculated offense. He wasn't trying to impose his offense. He was backing up when he needed to, and when he found the opportunity, he really capitalized on it. That was 3-0. So now the question in everyone's mind is: are we going to still see a Leroy, or will he go with his Steve Fox?
You did mention he may be getting that Leroy experience, so we might see him just continue going for that Leroy. Maybe just a stage switch if Coffee Prince decides to do that. But you know, one thing I want to point out from Vermilion's offense specifically is he didn't use the Hell Sweep as much when he was using the Jin compared to when he plays his Devil Jin. I believe he only threw it out once during that entire game, and after that, yeah, it landed, and then after that, it kind of left Coffee Prince thinking, oh, is he gonna go for the Hell Sweep again? But then he went for the mid uppercuts, and unfortunately, just caught Coffee Prince ducking.
Yeah, the change of levels in Vermilion, he was really able to impose the threat of the LLRK or the Hell Sweep and mixed it up with some stature kicks and those mids. And yes, he was able to catch Coffee Prince off guard with those combos. And he was really able to capitalize on all the damage, all the launches he was able to land. And I would say that I think we have to look back at the highlights, but I believe that it was Coffee Prince that landed most of the stand-up game.
Yeah, if there's one positive from Coffee Prince's game, Poch, I think it would have to be the fact that he was able to chop away at Vermilion, you know, hitting him with a lot of those lows, but eventually Vermilion just able to get the launchers and find the comebacks in those games. So I think Coffee Prince still can build up on those, maybe chop away even more, and really just try to give Vermilion a sense of pressure in our next game.
Well, Vermilion was telling the truth when he said that he was preparing for a Leroy matchup, and I guess Jin was the solution for that type of matchup. He was very comfy as well. Wasn't really phased by the threat of Leroy's Hell Sweep. Wasn't phased by the coffin breaker, the back 1+2, the 1-inch punch. And he was able to baiting out the parries that that Leroy presents to the table. And still sticking with the Leroy, but we are going to G Corp Helipad.
Yeah, sticking with his guns here, Coffee Prince. Let's see whether or not the stage switch will give him an advantage here. Maybe he's more comfortable here on G Corp Helipad.
It is daytime, so I think, I don't know, probably more sight, see the frames more. Here we go. Vermilion still sticking with the Jin. And yeah, he's really known for his Devil Jin, so seeing him use the regular Jin, it's a sight to behold.
Yeah, it's very rare.
All right, G Corp Helipad over here at match number 2. Coffee Prince trying to fish for some pokes early on. Forward 4, the God Kick of Jin.
Yeah, trying to keep him out, but there he opens up with the Hell Sweep. He's gonna push through the wall here, spikes him down.
And look at that, not going too aggressive and finds the electric. And while continues on, nice interrupt by Coffee Prince. Can he gain back the momentum? The discrepancy in life is in Vermilion's favor, and he chips away there, gaining the first round. And
Yeah,
Vermilion...
You see how quickly Vermilion can turn things up. The moment he gets a launcher on you, the pressure is just unrelenting.
Very true. And he finds the wall. Nice. Ground and pound punches. Good interrupt by Vermilion. This is Leroy. Once he gets going, he will bring the volume of offense. One more chip will do it. Coffee Prince trying to look for that opening, and he finds it. Down back one.
Yeah. And that's a part of the game where Coffee Prince has been winning against Vermilion. The stand-up, the poking game. That time around, he was able to push Vermilion up against the wall. See, can he do it here? Round 3. Both players jockeying for position.
Oh, the trade.
The trade.
But still, I believe Vermilion's back is closer to that breakable wall, and Coffee Prince realizing that, still going for it. Nice punish on the can there, and Vermilion is gonna get that, eat that wall break. Excellent stuff, and Leroy deals a lot of damage against the wall. Nice blocks from both these players, Chistos.
Oh, hop kick though. Does Vermilion have enough damage here? He has the red stuff.
Oh, finds the wall. Continues the offense. Oh, the spring kick gets blocked. Another axe kick. And look at that. Vermilion is at match point.
Yeah, only needs one more round to close this out. What can Coffee Prince do here? No throw break from Coffee Prince.
Goodness, starting it out with really unrelenting damage. Look at that, just the stance cancels coming out. Just trying to make him flinch, trying to make him commit to something big. 1-inch punch out of the open. That's also a threat that Coffee Prince can use. Finds the orbital and gets a little bit of damage there. Vermilion still moving away, trying to pick his mark, trying to juke for a real estate advantage here. Whoa, wow, picks up the counter hit there.
Yeah, it's gonna put Coffee Prince in a bad spot right now. A few more hits will do it. Does have rage though. What can he do? Gets a big hit there onto Vermilion. Will he have enough damage though, Poch?
Okay, continues on. Watch out, makes him burn the blue stuff. Oh wow, the parry blocks the stature kick, spends the rage drive. One more hit will do it. Coffee Prince on the brink of tying things up. One more. Oh, big duck there by Vermilion. Knew that Coffee Prince was going to go for that low and punished him accordingly. Congratulations, Vermilion, 2-0ing Coffee Prince.